What's going on, everyone? So I want to have a fun video and fun discussion talking about kind of the ideal scenario for the Lakers. I have this vision of like a three-team trade that I wanted to talk about. I don't think LeBron's going to get traded. I think it's very unlikely. We even got recent news from Rich Paul on kind of giving us an update. I will talk about that later today because I hope the media kind of puts it to bed. Rich Paul essentially just trashed Ramona Shelburne or Dave McMillan because he's the one that reported it, but he got the information from Rich Paul, essentially trashed Ramona Shelburne and Brian Windhorst, which I think is hilarious. But I want to talk about like kind of this vision, like best case scenario. Again, this is just like a fun conversation video about a potential three-team trade that I think would make sense for kind of all parties involved. Now, I know there's some people that, it'll be okay. It's fine. It's just for fun, right? This is a fan channel. It'll be okay. And for those that enjoy it, let's get into it. Right? So, I have this vision. Right? The Milwaukee Bucks, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Los Angeles Lakers pull off this deal. You might need another team to kind of make somebody might have to take on salary, stuff like that. But here's the essentials, right? I think if the Lakers were to trade LeBron James, the big thing is like, how do you replace him? Right? You need somebody that can replace him. Can you end up going and essentially turning LeBron into Giannis Antetokounmpo? And I don't mean in the sense of like trading LeBron for Giannis. That's why the Cleveland Cavaliers are in this conversation. Cleveland is interested in LeBron James, right? I heard the report that like Cleveland only wants him off a buyout. BS. Rich Paul himself said 4 teams called about a trade for that. So obviously the Cleveland Cavaliers, because again, what teams are they? Probably Cleveland, Dallas, the Warriors, and the Knicks. The same 4 teams that have been reported since the beginning. So Cleveland absolutely would trade for LeBron James if they could. It also makes sense for the Cavs, right? I mean, even Cavs insiders, all that stuff have broken this down, but I'll kind of summarize it for everybody here, right? The reason that Cleveland would be willing to trade for LeBron is a couple things. One, they move off of Darius Garland, who they've kind of been back and forth with on trading because there's kind of those questions about Garland and Donovan Mitchell. Also, Jared Allen they've been trying to get off of because they want to move Evan Mobley to the 5. What this does is it gives the Cleveland Cavaliers an opportunity in a season that the East is wide open, like wide open. Right? And especially if now Giannis isn't in the East, that's even more wide open now. And so Cleveland would get a guy in LeBron James for a year, maybe 2. You also get the LeBron headlines and all the money that'll come with, the farewell tour, all of that stuff. But also when LeBron leaves, whether the Cleveland Cavaliers win a championship or not, they now clear off that salary, which now you can kind of retool and revamp alongside Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley. That's the idea. That's the vision. That's why Cleveland would be interested in trading for LeBron. That's why even a lot of Cleveland insiders have said, it would make sense for Cleveland to trade for LeBron because they kind of get the best of both worlds. You get a chance to go for it, go win another championship, and then worst case scenario, you clear off the necessary cap space in order to kind of retool and revamp alongside your kind of 2 stars, your 2 guys. Okay, well, Milwaukee, right? Now, Giannis said that he is likely to stay with the Milwaukee Bucks. Doesn't mean that he's going to. Still a lot of talk about him potentially asking out. Even if he's not really looking to be asked out. If I'm Rob Pelinka, I am, again, going on the assumption LeBron gets traded. If I'm Rob Pelinka, I am going to Luka and I am going, hey, I can't do it. So you do it. I need you to call Giannis Antetokounmpo and tell him he wants to go to the Lakers, right? We're trading LeBron James. Because Giannis might not want to go team up with LeBron and Luka, because also LeBron and him kind of play the same position, but would he want to go and team up with just Luka, right? It's like, now you got Luka, Giannis, and Ayton. Just a thought. Couple things about this, right? Well, again, what can the Lakers give up to go get Giannis, right? Because it has to make sense. Like, Milwaukee's not just going to take anything. And yes, you're right. Lakers trying to trade for Giannis right now, it's not happening. Right? It's not. And the Milwaukee Bucks wouldn't want to take on LeBron. LeBron wouldn't even waive his no trade clause. That's why it would be a 3-team trade between the Lakers, the Cavs, and the Milwaukee Bucks. So essentially what happens is Jared Allen, there we go, and a Darius Garland would be going to the Milwaukee Bucks, right? Lakers can send out Austin Reeves, that first, whatever else. Here's Austin Reeves, here's Dalton Connect, here's that first, here's all of it. Take all of it. It's all yours, right? And now you get Giannis Antetokounmpo. So Cleveland gets LeBron James, Lakers land Giannis, and the Milwaukee Bucks essentially get Darius Garland, Austin Reeves, Dalton Connect, Jared Allen, Lakers first. You want the 3 pick swaps, 4 pick swaps, fine, so be it. And now the Lakers have Luka and you'd have Luka, Ayton, and Giannis as your core 3 for the next 6 years, right? Lakers would be the best team in all of basketball at that point. I mean, you'd have arguably one of the best, or potentially one of the best duos ever. And Milwaukee, that package makes a ton of sense. Why does that make a ton of sense for Milwaukee, right? Tyler, you're a Laker guy. Of course you think it makes sense. No, it really does. Because what's Milwaukee's biggest problem? They can't bottom out. They can't bottom out. Well, guess what they get now? They get a roster that is young, talented, and good enough. They might actually be better than they are right now, because you kind of, yes, you're losing Giannis, but you're getting this like influx of young talent. I mean, you're getting Darius Garland, Austin Reeves, right? Jared Allen, Dalton Connect, all these other things, plus whatever other little moving parts, right? So literally now their starting 5 could be Darius Garland, Austin Reeves, Kyle Kuzma they'd still have, right? I'm trying to think of Milwaukee Bucks guys. Miles Turner and Jared Allen, right? And they still have all their, Ryan Rollins. They still have, Gary Trent Jr., still have Michael Porter Jr. They still have everything, right? Like they have literally everything that you could ask for. So to me, I think that makes sense. They get young, they get the foundation to kind of continue to compete and grow. Also, if you're Milwaukee, I mean, you could always look to flip guys, right? Like, let's say you're like, we don't want to move Miles Turner to the 4, right? You got Bobby Portis. You can bring Bobby Portis. Well, maybe you're flipping Jared Allen into something. Maybe you're turning him into more assets, right? Or another young player or something, right? So, to me, I just think that would be the best potential win-win for everybody. Lakers get the co-star for Luka Doncic, right? The Milwaukee Bucks get we can still compete. I mean, you're probably not winning a championship, but you're still going to be good. Like, you'll probably be a playoff team in the Eastern Conference, right? With Darius Garland. Like, now you'll get to really see, what does Darius Garland do? What can Austin Reeves do? What can all these guys do? You're finally going to get to see how good these guys are. And look, Austin Reeves without LeBron James was a 28, 6-8 guy is what he is, right? Can he be that on a team like the Milwaukee Bucks? Probably the biggest hurdle would be convincing Austin Reeves to stay in Milwaukee, right? Like, that would be the thing. Like, would he be willing to stay in Milwaukee? Maybe, right? It's very possible. If not, then you'd probably have to turn Austin Reeves into assets that then you could go and give up for a Giannis, right? Maybe you're turning Austin Reeves into like 2 firsts or something. Boom, here you go. Or, hey, what's a young player that you like? Here, we'll go get that guy and boom, here you go, right? Like, if you're the Lakers, you give up everything. Literally everything. Here you go. Here's it all. All of it. There you go. Right? Because at worst case scenario, right? Like, you'd still have, I mean, you're probably not trading Rui or any of these other guys. So you'd still have those guys to keep or send out, right? Or you could keep the cap space. Like, because essentially, like I said, you'd have Luka, you'd have Giannis, and you'd have DeAndre Ayton, right? You'd have those 3 guys as like your foundation now. Right now, you just need to fill in your 2 and your 3, right? Like, at that point, I don't care who you get. I mean, you and me could be those guys. Like, the potential for that is ridiculous, right? And defensively, you'd be better, right? Like, if anyone can make up the lack of defense from Luka, it's Giannis. You'd immediately be a contender. You'd have literally, arguably, the two top 3 guys in all of basketball on your roster, in Luka and Giannis. You're probably winning multiple championships. Like, it would be ideal. And like I said, it makes sense for everybody. Because look, the Cleveland Cavaliers, if they're going to get LeBron, they're just going to get LeBron. right? To me, it's not, because Cleveland wouldn't be able to go trade for Giannis straight up, right? Like, it's probably not enough to do it. But if the Lakers are taking what Cleveland's sending out plus adding more, right? And you also clear cap space, do all kinds of stuff. You can, you can interchange guys if you need to, right? Like worst case scenario, I would take Kyle Kuzma if I knew we could get Giannis. I mean, I don't really like the idea. Like, Kyle Kuzma just became incredibly inefficient, but it's like, hey, you can have Giannis and take Kuzma, or we're not going to trade you Giannis, right? Like, here we go, give him to us. It's fine. Like, you literally do whatever at that point. Again, I don't care. It could be you and me slotted alongside Ayton, Luka, and Giannis. So again, it's just a fun conversation. It's just just an enjoyable. Sometimes I just want to have a fun, right? Like, sometimes I just want to dive in and explore some fun stuff, right? Like, is it a little bit of a fantasy land? Is it a little bit of a fairy tale? Sure. Right? Like, I usually try to keep this stuff reports, like, hey, this person reported this, here's that. Sometimes I just want to have fun conversations. Sometimes I just want to enjoy it and just have a good talk and good laugh. But let me know your thoughts and opinions, as always, down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So we enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.